Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy you are here and I'm so happy to be here. I wanted to do a little check-in with you in regards to how 2024 is going. If you've watched either of my previous videos that I released, I talked about how 2023 has been a rough year for me and what I'm doing to level the F up in 2024. And if you're new here and didn't see those videos, no worries, I will leave them in the description below. If you've been following along and have watched my last two videos, I am really taking 2024 by the month. And every month I want to make progress on being a better version of myself. And January's focus was mental and physical health. And I knew that I couldn't achieve both of those at like a great capacity in 1 month. I did say in my previous video, I would be doing a quarterly analysis of what this looks like. But we're 2 weeks into January and I want to share that I'm just really proud of the progress I've made so far, and none of it's been extreme. Like nothing has been absolutely insane, but what I have been doing has been really, really supportive so far. I'll start with the mental health. The few things that were on that list was therapy, and I'm so happy to say that I have booked my therapy session. I haven't had it yet, and if you are someone who goes to therapy, you know that just booking the appointment alone is like a big step. So I booked my first therapy session of 2024. It's not until the 1st of February because I couldn't get a day that aligned with my schedule, and I prefer to have my therapy days on days that Shay works days instead of nights. That way he's gone. Not that like I need him to be gone. I just feel better about my therapy sessions when I know that I am by myself and without any distractions. So anyways, February 1st. So I'm happy and looking forward to that. Another thing that was on my list was booking some self-care appointments, and also, very happy to say that I've booked them. I haven't done them yet. The same day I booked my therapy appointment, I was like, let's just sit and book these all right now. So I booked in my physio appointment, which is next Friday. And I'm looking forward to that because my knee hasn't been acting up, but I just am really looking forward to seeing like what could be the root cause of what's going on with my knee. So I am going to Pulse, and I believe I am seeing Kristen. I need to double check her name, but it's at Pulse and I will keep you posted on that. I've also booked in a massage, and I didn't book that one in until February 1st because I thought, you know what, I'm going to go to therapy in the morning and I'm going to have a massage in the afternoon because that's like a treat for going to therapy, is having a relaxing massage after. So I booked that. I also booked in one Pilates class because my goal was to have 2 Pilates class minimum this month, but I had to cancel it because of the snowstorm that we had. So I will rebook that in for next week. And what's really great about Pilates and booking those classes is I go with several different girlfriends. So they also really hold me accountable, which I love. So that's been great. Another thing on my list was the parasympathetic day. I haven't done an entire day, which is like so shocking to me because it's so important for me to have a down day. Last Sunday, which was the first Sunday of January, I had part of the day where I was very calm and relaxed. I did a meditation, I did a yoga, but the other part of the day I spent just organizing for the week to come. I did a bunch of meal prep, and honestly, that really helped me last week. I always forget how significant it is to take the time on Sunday to actually do the prep, and then throughout the week, I just felt like I was snacking less, I was more prepared, I was eating full meals. It was just a better overall week by prepping on the Sunday. I also did all my laundry, which is not unusual on Sunday, but like every piece of laundry I did, like all the bedding, the blankets, everything, like it was pristine. Love, love, love that. And then the other thing that was on my mental health support list was morning and evening routine. And this is what I want to talk about. Morning routine, I'm not quite there yet. I'm still in this like get up, get ready for the day, do my makeup, get dressed, do my hair, have a coffee and breakfast, and then kind of get going. I'm not really taking any additional time in the morning yet to do anything significant, but the evening, I feel like I've made really great progress on creating a really nourishing routine. And my evening routine actually started at the first part of this video where I was in my kitchen. I was packing my lunch and I was cleaning up from dinner. And I use the term put your house to bed. And I just naturally do that because I really like waking up to a clean kitchen. But I have told Shay in terms lately that I'm like, no, before we go into bed, we need to clean, we need to tidy up. He's like, I'm not cleaning the house at 8 p.m. blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, we just need to put the house to bed. He's like, what the heck does that mean? And I always naturally do that in the kitchen where like I wipe the counters, I do all the dishes, I put away anything that I can that's dry, I always clear off the island, I get my lunch bag ready, I just try to get everything clean and fresh so that when I wake up in the morning, I'm waking up to like a really clean kitchen. Like that's really, really important to me. But I started to have that ripple effect through also my living room and my office and the bathroom. So I just do like, I don't clean. I just like make sure things are put away. So the pillows are fluffed, the blankets are folded. If there's dog toys laying around, I pick them up and put them in the bin. And again, these are things that people probably do subconsciously, but what I'm trying to do is be really aware of when I'm doing them and be intentional with it to kind of put the house to bed. And while I am doing that, I'm also doing it in a different lighting. As you saw in the first part of this video, I actually shut off the LED lights. I do have them on in the bathroom because the lighting isn't great in here when it's not. But I've really noticed a difference by turning off all of the bright white LED lights in my house after dinner and just turning on all my warm, really cozy vibe lights. So I turn on the fireplace, I turn on the little like fake candle things that flicker a little bit. I turn on like our island lights, and in our bedroom, which I'll show you when I go in there, I also don't turn on the big overhead light. I only turn on the end table lights when it's the evening. And this could very well be placebo, but I do feel like the ambiance of having that like darker, cozier, warmer vibe has really made a difference in helping me wind down and just feel a little bit more calm and a little bit at peace as well. So love that. Okay, I need to wipe this oil off my face and get this mineral mud mask, which I'll show you in just a second. By the way, I was using this Andalou cleansing balm. That's what I just put all over my face. Rub it in for like a long period of time, and then I wipe it off with a really hot cloth. I always use cleansing balms, but that one was okay. Like I didn't think it was amazing compared to other balms that I've used. What I will say is it's very cost effective for how long it lasts. I was gifted it, so I didn't pay for it, but like the average price of it is quite reasonable for like it lasted me several months. But again, I've had like better ones. I do like that brand. I wasn't like obsessed with the balm, to be completely honest. So cleaning, setting the tone with the lights, and just like creating that warm, cozy, slow feeling is part one of my night routine. Part two of my night routine is in the bathroom. And again, like there's a difference here in what would be my normal routine and the way in which now I'm being intentional with that routine. So yeah, I might have always had an evening skincare routine, but I likely rushed it, or I skipped parts, or sometimes I just wiped my makeup off and went to bed. So step two is coming to the bathroom and taking my time with my skincare and doing like different things. So for part of my skincare routine tonight, I am going to do a mask, and I'm gonna do the Apatera Mineral Purifying Mud Mask. So this is a newer mask to me. The Apatera brand is a brand that I have brought in for my facials, and I'm really testing the masks because there's two of them. There's this mineral one, but there's also one that's a hibiscus one, and I've been testing them in terms of obviously like the application, the time, all of that. But you're gonna hear it first here on this channel is I would really like to incorporate masks into my facial offerings. So I'm just trying to see what that looks like, and what that's led me to do is just more consistent with doing masks on a weekly basis. So lately I've been doing a mud mask or hibiscus exfoliating mask at least twice a week. And I've actually been really loving it because it's another thing that's making me slow down. Like, I can wash my face and just put on my toners and my serums and then call it a night. But when you have a mask on, you gotta let it dry, you gotta let it absorb, you gotta then wash it off again and then wash your face. So some of you might be listening thinking, I don't have that time to do a mask, but you do. You just gotta wanna. You just got to want to. So I figured tonight I would try out the mud mask again. And actually, while this mud mask is setting, I'm gonna get in the bath. I love soaking in the tub. I love Epsom salts. I am obsessed with the Bathorium brand. Every year for Christmas, Shay buys me their bath bombs, and I absolutely love them. I have tried a lot of bath bombs, but why I love this one so much is it's so creamy. Like, when you're having your bath, it's just this nice coconut milk based creamy bath soak. So anyways, I love the Bathorium brand. But while I'm in the bath, I'm gonna be intentional with this time. I tend to just gravitate towards watching TikToks or catching up on emails, but instead of being that type of stimulated on my phone, I'm actually gonna be on Pinterest because tomorrow is Sunday and I would like to make some protein energy balls. So I'm gonna be looking for a recipe for that tomorrow. I also would like to make soup. So I am going to be searching Pinterest for those two recipes while I sit in the bath for probably 20 minutes. I'll let this mask sit and dry, and I'll probably sweat it off, but that's okay. I love the way this applies. So I go get in the bath. See you shortly. Okay, rolling into room number 3 of my evening routine. It's still continued skincare though. My skin feels so soft, but like clean, like that clean, a little bit dry, but like not dehydrated feeling after that mask. So now I'm going to go in with my complexion toner. It's neroli based. Again, another Apatera brand. This is for clarifying. So refreshing. I alternate between the Rose toner and the Neroli toner by Apatera. I just really love the smell of the Neroli one. And then after I use my toner, I go in with a thick cream. Sometimes an oil, but I'm not gonna gatekeep here. This is my most used skincare product. It is the Summer Fridays Jet Mask. This is my 5th tube. Small tube, I should say, because the large tubes, which yes are more cost effective, they're just a pretty penny. They're expensive, but I should get it because this is my 5th tube. Shay bought me another one for Christmas and I just love this. It's called a mask, but you can use it as an overnight cream. But I just love the texture of this. It's fragrance free, which I really, really appreciate. And it's just very thick and creamy and it doesn't make me break out. And I wake up the next day and my skin is so hydrated, but not oily. It's just like amazing. Some of the key ingredients in it are hyaluronic acid, which we know is great for hydrating and protecting the skin barrier, but it also has niacinamide, which is good for acne, discoloration. It's like an anti-aging ingredient as well. And then it also has other antioxidants, but the key star as well that I think why it works so well to lock everything in is they do use a glycerin based, which is a very thick oil to just lock everything in. So this is my favorite product. And then I go in with another layer of hydration, but this time it's for my lips. I'm still gonna drink my tea, which is peppermint and dandelion, by the way. It's my favorite tea combo because if you've ever had dandelion before, it can be a little earthy. So the peppermint really breaks that like earthy type of taste. So I love it. Just black because I want all the medicinal properties. So no sugar, no cream, nothing. Just my tea. So I'm still gonna drink that while I move through yoga flow, but I'm gonna put this lip mask on. I am shocked by this product. I'm also shocked because Shay is the one that bought me this. He put it in my stocking and I've got dog hair all over it. The e.l.f. skin line, and it's the Holy Hydration Lip Mask. To be honest, I think he thought he was buying the Laneige lip mask from TikTok. I don't like that product at all, so I'm really glad he did not buy that for me. But he bought this, and I'm actually really, really impressed. I only use it at night because it's very, very thick and sticky, but I find it works really, really well. I've used a lot of lip masks, and I'm a big lip balm girly, but this lip mask really shocked me. I like it, I'm not gonna lie. Anywho, skincare is done. Now I'm gonna drink my tea, and while I drink my tea, I'm gonna hop on my mat. Something that I've been doing in my evening routine that I'm really, really proud of is getting on my mat every single night. Even if it's for a very short period of time, I'm getting on my mat. So when it's nights that I can come into my bedroom around 8 p.m., I will load like a 45-minute yoga series on YouTube, and I'll just do whatever comes up. I tend to do one that's like evening in the title, so that's not super stimulating and like I'm not working up a sweat. But if I don't have 45 minutes, I'll do a 20-minute one. And if I don't have 20 minutes, I will just put on a little bit of music and do my own flow on the mat. So for tonight, because I am filming some content, I'm not gonna put a YouTube video on. I'm gonna do my own flow, and I'm gonna have a little chit chat with you about why it's more significant for me in terms of getting on my mat physically than probably any other step in my evening routine. So over a year ago, I made a decision to stop teaching yoga. And if you follow me on social media, this is not news to you. But if you don't know me, I have been a yoga teacher since 2016, I believe. And I honestly have always really felt disconnected from the yoga community because I felt like even though I was trained in a classical hatha yoga, I didn't teach in a classical hatha yoga way. I felt like I was always modernizing my yoga sequence, which is not a bad thing at all. If you are listening and you're a yoga teacher and you're like, I actually do that too, that's totally fine. What I realized from this is you can do whatever the hell you want when you're a yoga teacher, and any teacher for that matter. besides the point. If you're from Peterborough and you're a yoga teacher and you're watching this, or really any type of teacher, you would know that the Peterborough population of yoga teachers is significant. It is a very, very saturated industry in Peterborough. And I don't mean to say that in a negative or a bad way, but there is a lot of us here. A lot of yoga teachers, and there is only so many people we can teach. And yeah, there is a lot of people here who love yoga, but you can only attend so many yoga classes per week, or you can also only teach so many yoga classes per week too as a yoga instructor. So anyways, I just felt like it was time to take a little bit of a break. But what I realized in probably around the end of September, October, was that I was really missing the sense of community that came with teaching yoga. And I reached out to Becky at Sweat Happy, and I kind of explained what was going on mentally, physically, emotionally, and she was welcoming me in open arms to teach at Sweat Happy once they opened the mat side of their studio, which is awesome. And I felt very aligned with Sweat Happy because I really like what they stand for. I like that there's different types of classes that are there, and I really like all the teachers that are there, and just like naturally the people who would be in classes there as well. I was excited to get back on the mat, but I also had a little bit of imposter syndrome because I had this moment where I was like, oh my God, I haven't taught a yoga class in over a year. What am I going to teach? How am I going to move? So stepping on the mat was great for my physical and mental health, absolutely, but it really helped with my imposter syndrome. And I don't share enough about that, but I have imposter syndrome just like everybody else watching this does. And whenever I do talk about it, people get so shocked because I'm not shy and I can talk in front of so many people. But what people don't realize is that there are often times where I question myself and my knowledge and my ability, and I always prove myself wrong, which I think is the most important thing. But stepping on my mat just meant more to me than starting to incorporate into my evening routine. It really is giving me a boost of confidence every single time I get on this mat, whether it's for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whether it's been 45 minutes. And then even to the point where I will just start making up my own flows and start writing them down because I realize, wow, I love the way in which I feel when I move this way, and I would love to share this with other people. So with that being said, it's just been really, really supportive in many aspects of my health to get back on the mat. So with that being said, those are pretty much the 3 parts of my evening routine. Sometimes it takes me an hour and a half to do all 3 parts. Sometimes it takes me 45 minutes. It really just depends. And I should say that the first 2 weeks of January, Shay has been on nights. So it's a little bit easier to implement these things because I don't have somebody, wondering necessarily what I'm doing or wanting to do something else. But I will say Shay is really supportive. He knows exactly what my intentions are for 2024 because he has seen what 2023 has been like. So love him for many reasons, but definitely for the fact that he is incredibly supportive. Anyways, that's pretty much the full update. As much as this routine has been supportive for my mental health, I do feel like I am seeing progress in my physical health by just being less sedentary and less sluggish. Also, less mindlessly scrolling through Instagram or TikTok or Lululemon or whatever other web pages I've been browsing lately. But the one other thing that I am doing for January is I am doing a dry January. Probably one of the easiest things for me to do. If you've been following my journey, a couple years ago, I was exploring the sober, curious world, and I didn't drink alcohol for a year and 8 months, and it was amazing. It was so empowering. I loved it, and it completely changed my relationship and views around alcohol. I definitely abused alcohol in the wrong mindset for many years of my life. And now I just have this entirely new appreciation for alcohol. And I won't just like drink anything, and I won't drink poor quality things, and I just don't drink unless I have an intention behind it. Like it's a date night or I'm celebrating something. So what came of that was amazing. And I feel like when I decide to do like dry January or sober October, or just like not drinking for an extended period of time, it's so easy compared to a year and 8 months. But it just like brings me back to feeling so good and knowing how well my body thrives when it is not dehydrated or hungover or affected by overconsumption of alcohol. So I'm doing dry January. Shay is also doing dry January, which I love. I think it's really great for both of us to do that, because it's obviously hard when only one of us is doing dry January. So we're doing dry January, but we're going away for the first weekend in February. So when we are away, we will be definitely cracking a bottle or two of red wine while we're gone, and I'm looking forward to it. More just like to get away, but your girl does love some red wine. Anyways, that's pretty much the only other change I'm doing, other than just being more organized and planning ahead with meal prep. That's really, really helpful. I did find a protein ball recipe. I'm going to make those tomorrow morning when I get up. I made a batch last week, and I added the chia seeds and the flaxseed like to too much liquid, so it just got so gooey and gross. So anyways, I found another recipe, super simple. I think it's like 5 ingredients. You know, the classic peanut butter and oat protein balls. I'm also gonna make a soup, so just planning ahead, which is so great for, you know, relieving the stressors through the week of planning and prepping, but also it's so helpful to reduce waste for us. Like sometimes we would be just freezing so many things to prevent them from going bad, but then I'm like, we have an entire freezer full of stuff we need to use up, and we've been kind of working through that, even if it's like old soups or like vegetable stocks, making those into recipes. So just planning has been really great. And also, I've said it a million times and I'll continue to say it, but cooking in the kitchen, especially when Shay and I cook together, it's very therapeutic for me, and I really, really love it. So anyways, other than that, that's pretty much it. Trying to slow down as much as possible. Even though my actual schedule is not slowing down, I would say my evenings are slowing down, which is really helping to pay off. So that's pretty much it. So I wanted just to give you guys a quick little update on what had been going on for the start of January so far. And also I wanted to check in with you. In my previous video, I wanted to hear about what you guys were working on for 2024. Some of you commented, some of you sent me some private messages, which I love. I love just sharing anyone and everyone's journey all the time. But also from those conversations, it made me realize how many people really struggled through 2023, which was comforting in knowing I wasn't alone in it, but also it made me very sad that so many people were suffering in silence, or weren't aware of how much they were suffering mentally, physically, and emotionally. So to those of you who have opened up or just even started to consider what needs to change and what you want to prioritize this year, kudos to you. Pat on the back. I'm here to support you, and I appreciate you being here to support me as well. I will wrap this up here. Thanks again for checking out today's video. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, like this video. It really, really supports me on this channel, and it's going to help me grow, because that is a big goal. Not necessarily like just a 2024 goal, but like a big goal is just to be better on YouTube and show up more. And I definitely feel the love and support every time you guys subscribe or like or comment on any of my videos. I appreciate all the love. So thank you so much. And I will see you guys in my next one.